So about a month ago, we got official gameplay from Rocksteady's Suicide Squad, and while many were skeptical about this game due to the recent Battle Pass leaks and from the gameplay that was released as well, I hadn't watched it until literally today. I didn't watch that gameplay. I haven't seen really much of it, except maybe the Barry cutscene, like the one in the beginning and the one at the end with Wonder Woman. Besides those, I haven't really seen this, and I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised. Right, I'm going to react to the Suicide Squad co-op gameplay trailer. I actually never even seen the full thing. I think I've only seen the first part where Flash is talking to them. So, actually, let's go ahead and get started right about now. This is perfect. We've already seen a little bit of the gameplay. We kind of know what the gameplay is representative of. It's basically a shooter. Oh my god, Lex looks goofy as fuck. I like what the one thing that I think might save this game is the story. If the gameplay does end up being very bad, because what it looks like it's going to be is it's basically a third-person shooter with some combat elements of, like, you know, takedowns and stuff like that. It seems interesting. You know, the combat seems actually interesting.
Task Force X, what the hell was that?
Flash is alive.
And he has Luther.
If there's a snow
Look at Flash.
I expect you to, no matter the cost. Are we clear?
Yeah. Where the snowball?
Does the gameplay kick off? I bet the gameplay does kick off in there. In development, footage not final. All right.
Out of my way.
Huh.
Guess Quinn ain't holding anything back for later.
It looks very, like, it looks smooth, you know? And that's the one thing that I think a lot of people aren't really looking at. They might be looking at this third-person shooter set and be like, oh, this looks cool as shit. That was cool right there. That's really cool. And the way the characters move and stuff, and the way they move around the map, they look fucking dope as shit. I love this. They have an art style going, right? It looks really colorful. It has, like, it looks like it actually, like, has, like, some type of heart. I don't like this tank shit, though. This is something that I'm not gonna have a fun time probably doing, especially solo. I mean, I guess they do have, like, I'm assuming they have the AI characters too. I'm guessing. It really all boils down to if you like this type of gameplay loop, and if this gameplay loop is gonna, throughout the story, constantly kind of grip you. And I think it will. I really think that this is gonna be very fun. It's really badass too. Like the way they move around, like they're not holding back. They're really like trying to have fun with the game. Oh, look at the mini map. Or look at the menu itself. It looks weird, but it's actually like really streamlined too. I'm really actually trying to look at this in a, like a judgment type of way. But that looks pretty cool too. You know, they all have their special abilities and they're still like melee combat too in a way. This looks a lot more fun than Gotham Knights in my opinion. It might be a little chaotic, I'm not gonna lie. Again, I think it really boils down to the story. All of this looks great, in my opinion. Like, visually, this game, it looks visually impressive. And I really, really am, like, looking forward to, like, playing the story. Just kill the Justice League. I mean, like, overall, that's a very interesting concept. The only other part that I've seen of this, I think, is, like, Wonder Woman. Maybe that part is the only part I've seen, if it's in here.
So, how the whole taking down the Flash thing go?
Still in play? Gotta get out of my way. I have work to do.
It's weird that that's Lex Luthor.
Well, hey there, sleepyhead. We've got an interrogation to get back to. Hey. You think I'm just gonna let you walk away? And tell these guys everything you know? You think they can stop us? Pathetic.
Pathetic? At least I'm not a big hero turned stooge for a spaceman.
Okay, Boomerang. You want to see what a real hero can do? I'll show you.
I like this. I like this story because all the characters are there, you know what I mean? It's not just Boomerang having to deal with Flash or whatnot. It's literally all of them having to deal with this. And they all get to interact with their particular...
How do I stop this?
Particular characters, you know what I mean?
Please, tell me how.
Wow, Wonder Woman looks great in this game. This shit's fucking epic, bro. I don't give a fuck. This is one of the more epic looking games of the year. and hopefully it comes out around this time. We don't actually know when the game is actually going to come out, but I genuinely hope that it's around May, like next month. Like, bro, they haven't said anything. The marketing should be ramping up right now. It should have ramped up last month. They should have been showing gameplay trailer after fucking story trailer with some other type of shit. You know, little tidbits here and there. Exactly what like Gotham Knights did the month before their game came out. Like, they had a whole IGN month dedicated to their game. So it's either WB and Rocksteady are incredibly confident in this game, or the other thing is that they're ramping up to delay the game, and they're just not gonna tell us until the last minute, which would be a fucking shit show. But, you know, at least they didn't promise it for last gen consoles and then last minute take it right from us. You know what I mean? Kind of like Gotham Knights did. Overall, I think Suicide Squad is going to be a great game, and I genuinely cannot wait to see like what they do with this, you know, story, because it's really, for me, Rocksteady, they're such great developers, right? I mean, overall, I just played Batman Arkham Knight. You can see the gameplay on my video. Like, the overall feel of Batman Arkham Knight and what at least Suicide Squad looks like it's going to be is phenomenal. Like, Suicide Squad looks smooth, and I genuinely kind of wish that they do delay the game so they kind of patch out a few things that need to be patched out, and hopefully, you know, the game comes out and it's fantastic. That's all I hope for, is that this game is really, really good, and it looks like it's going to be fun. So hopefully everything holds up and the story and the gameplay are of the same quality. But if the gameplay's lacking, then I really hope the story is just fucking out of this world, because I think that might be the only thing that's saving this game. That might be why they're doing it like this, is because they knew that they had to make this game, and the only way to really grip people is not the gameplay, but the story. So hopefully the gameplay's good, but we'll see. I really am sort of confused as to why this game is getting hate outside of the live service. Of course, if given the chance, I think Rocksteady could really make something everlasting and perhaps even change the way live service games are even looked at. And personally, I think if done properly, this could change the whole gaming landscape. The possibility of adding Lex and all these other villains to the game, and while expanding the Arkham universe, that sounds like a great idea in my opinion. There's a lot to unpack if this were done, and I would not protest new content being added as much as they want, personally. I think it's a great idea, even though the Battle Pass is a very, you know, live servicey thing that most people don't like. I still think it's very possible for this game to be really good, because the game looks fun, and I think that that's all we can really ask for when it comes to this type of game, right? Having a Battle Pass or elements of live service might be concerning, but it's not a complete sign of a failure. Just look at Fortnite's longevity. Hell, even look at Arkham Knight's longevity. Rocksteady's last game. I still play that game all the time. And that might not be a live service game, but it's essentially offering the same thing. I mean, it's having a battle pass just with DLC, essentially. Now, having a battle pass, you have different things like cosmetics and whatnot. There's really no difference with the system that they were doing beforehand. It's just worded a little bit differently. But I can still go back and play Arkham Knight to this day and have an incredible time and enjoy most of my time with that game. If the Suicide Squad is anything like that, I'm here for it. My biggest fear was that maybe the gameplay would resemble Gotham Knights or even the Avengers and possibly be very slow and sluggish, but the way it's shaping up, it looks very smooth, and I'm very happy with that. And it's entirely possible for the gameplay to fall flat, right? Despite Rocksteady not giving us a reason to believe that. That really depends on the players and if they really think that this is something a majority of people are going to enjoy for a long period of time. But one thing that could help this game tremendously is the story, which is shaping up to look amazing, whether you like the look of the gameplay or not. Like, the story is shaping up to be something incredibly epic, with phenomenal looking cutscenes and character designs as well. I don't think I've been this intrigued about a story in a minute for a game, and I really want to know what's going on with Brainiac and how the squad will take care of the League, personally. What other characters will actually show up, like side characters will potentially show up, and how this game could spin off into different projects as well, if it is successful. There's so much potential, way more potential in this game than there was for Gotham Knights ever. Gotham Knights we should have seen coming, and I know bashing Gotham Knights, nothing new, but this game should have been and could have been fucking incredible. Gotham Knights could have been the best fucking game ever. And instead, it's already forgotten by a majority of players who unfortunately touched this fucking game. So, Suicide Squad, however, seems like it's going to have a lot more memorable moments within the story. Its combat system looks at least fun and expansive, and it looks like it has an actual soul with which the player can actually get immersed within the world without questioning why this game was ever fucking made. Alright? That's what I want. I want a game where I don't have to question why the fuck it was made. I have faith in Suicide Squad. The Justice League being bosses already sold me on this game personally. And the more they show, the more I'm excited. There's nothing really bad of quality here that they're really showing. Like everything that they've showed is pretty spot on and looks pretty fun and exciting. So this has the potential opportunity to really change up the superhero landscape in gaming. And just like Rocksteady did with Arkham all those years ago. And I really hope that this game is incredible. And hopefully it comes out this year too.